Today I'll show you the execution of do-while loop in Java using VS Code. What is a loop in programming? A loop in programming is a sequence of instructions that repeats until a certain condition is met. Let's suppose I want to print a statement for 1000 times. So if you don't have the concept of looping, we need to repeat that statements for 1000 times, some println statement for 1000 times. But it's a very tedious task and time-taking process. So the concept of looping helps out in order to print the data for number of times, not only printing, executing of the instructions multiple times with less code and less time. So the loop will be executed till the condition is satisfied. Once the condition is failed, it will come out of the loop. Now do-while loop is the third category of loop. Do-while loop is an exit control loop because it checks the condition at the end of the loop and then take decision accordingly. So here you can see the syntax also. We have an initialization, then the do block is going to start, and you can see the open brace and close brace is a block. The statement to be executed you need to write here, followed by the incrementation or decrementation functionality. Then here you can see at the time of exiting we write the condition. That's why it is called exit control. That means at least once this particular do block get executed. If you see for and while loop, in the for loop also we are testing the condition initially. While loop also we are testing the condition initially. If the condition is true, then only we are going to enter into the block. But here we are checking the condition at the end of the loop. So that's what it is called as exit control loop. Exit control, and you need to terminate with a semicolon. So this loop executes at least once. Now coming to the flowchart of do while. Now here we do the initialization above. Then we start with the do block. Then we execute the statements. Then we check the condition. The statements also include the updation, and we check the condition. If the condition is true, then we enter into the block directly. Again, it will execute the statements with the updation, and again we check the condition. Once the condition is failed, then we come out of the block and further statements, if any are there, that will get executed. Otherwise, it closes the application. Now coming to the do while flow. So anyhow, initialization is above the do. Then we enter into the do block. Then we execute the statements. The body of the loop get executed. Then we go for updation, either incrementation or decrementation. So based on this value, we check the condition. If the condition is satisfied, that is true, again we enter into the do block. You can see here. Again we execute the statements. Again the updation happens, incrementation or decrementation. Then again the condition is checked. Again if it is true, again we go back. So like that, it is a cyclic process. Now if suppose the condition is failed, just we come out of the block and we execute the statements which are outside the loop. So in this way the do while loop works. Now I'll show the execution part in VS Code. So in order to work out with that, we need to go for opening the VS Code. So you can see here Visual Studio Code. Provided you need to have a software of this, you need to install prior and keep it ready. I'll show you some files, the programs to be executed with a do while loop. So in order to do this, we need to create one Java project folder and we need to save all the files into that. So in order to create a Java folder, the steps have already been covered in my previous videos. you can just go through my previous videos for creating the Java folder. Now, as of now, I'm having Java VS1 as a main folder, and under that one subfolder I've created Java VS2. So you need to see that the arrow mark is pointing towards down, so that what all files you create will be stored here. If I click here, arrow is pointing to the other side, so that it will, what are the files you create, it will store in the root folder. So I don't want the root folder, I want a subfolder. So just click that and your arrow is pointing towards. Now in order to create a file, you have an option called new file. Just click that, and here I will write do while hello.java. Just I want to print hello world with do while for 10 times. So here you need to give the extension as .java for the .java applications. So you start with class followed by class name. Do while hello. That's all. Then here you need to write the main method, public static void main. Now here I need to print the data for 10 times. So I'll write integer I equal to 1. That's the initialization part. Then do block. In the do block, I need to print the hello world. System.println hello world. And I'm going for incrementation. Then here I go for while I less than equal to 10 and go for this semicolon. Then after the loop, I'm going to type like system.out.println off. Maybe I'll write after do while block, so that for our understanding. Okay, simple statement. Here I've done with the class name, because any class, if you start in if you want to start in Java, we write class keyword followed with the class name. And here for every word starting letter should be capital. That is the notation of Java. Then public static void main. I've already given the description in my previous videos. Please check the previous video for this explanation. Then here the initialization part I've taken I equal to 1. Then I go for do block, and here I want to print one statement called hello world and go for incrementation. Then after the do block, this while loop is there, where while I less than equal to 10, because 1 to 10 I want, I'll put in the condition here. Then once, say here I equal to 1 is incremented here. After printing hello world is incremented, then 2 less than equal to 10, it is still true. Again it enters to the do block and again print. Again it becomes 3 less than 10. Again it will enter do block and print. So in this way, it's a cyclic process. Whenever it becomes 11 less than equal to 10, the condition is filled. It don't enter into the do block. It will just print this one after do block. So just save the program, because it's mandatory to save the program. And once you save the program, you just click this button, run code. And here you can see the hello world is printed, hello world for 10 times. And after do block is also been executed, because the condition is failed at the 11th time. So you get this block. Okay, now I'll show one more program. I want to print 1 to 10 numbers. So I'll write do while numbers dot java. Okay. Now public class do while numbers. So the public is for the global access of the class by other classes within or outside the package. Now in the main method, I'm going to write the code like int number equal to 1. Then This is for the initialization. Then in the do block, I'm printing that number like 1. Then you are incrementing that to 2. Then outside the loop, outside the do block, we need to check the condition 2 less than equal to 10. The condition is true. And again, you enter into the block. Again, it will print 2. It becomes 3. 3 less than 10. It will print again in the do block. It will print 3. It becomes 4, like that. It goes on. So once it becomes 11, 11 less than equal to 10, the condition is failed. It doesn't enter into the do block. So it's printing. It's only printing 1 to 10 numbers. So do block is closed. Main method is closed. Then class is closed. Just save this and execute by using this. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. So in this way you need to work out. Now the same program, I'll just copy and I'll show the decrementation, how the decrementation works. So I'll write here do while decrement.java. Okay. So here I'll just change the class name, decrement. Okay. Now here I make number as 10. Then here I go for decrementation. Then here I just put greater than equal to 1. Like 10 to 1 I want, right? So initial value is 10. You get 10 here. Then num 10 minus 1. Num minus minus means num equal to num minus 1. So 10 minus 1, 9. 9 greater than equal to 1, true. Again it will enter into the do block and print 9. Then again 9 minus 1, 8. Then 8 greater than equal to 1, true. Then again it will print the 8 value. Then it becomes 7. Like that it goes on decrementing. But the condition need to be checked. Now once it becomes 1 greater than equal to 1, the condition is true, it will print and it becomes 0. Now 0 greater than equal to 0, false. Okay. Then it will stop. So just save this program and execute and see. Now you can see 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. So in this way you can go for decrementation of the values. I'll show the other program. Do while multiplication table I want to print of a number. So do while multiplication.java. Okay. So the class name is do while multiplication. Then here I will write main method. Okay. Now in this main method, again I will take some integer I equal to 1, int n equal to 5, because I want to print the multiplication table of 5. Then we write do block, then system.out.println. I need to write n, that is 5 into 1 equal, right? N concatenated with the star mark in between. Okay. Again concatenated with I value, that I is 1 to 10, right? So n is 5 static. So I is changing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because I'm going to change the values of iterations. Then whatever you write in double quotes will print as it is, then equal to I into n or n into I. Anything is same. And close. Now here you need to increment the I value, because I 5 into 1 equal to 5, 5 into 2 equal to 10, like that I value need to be incremented. Then here we need to check the condition while I should be less than or equal to 10 value. Okay. Because I want 5 into 1 equal to 5 till 5 into 10 equal to 50. Right? So here we covered the initialization of the I value is 1, initialization of the given number, that is a 5 table I want. Then here I'm printing the value like 5 into 1 equal to 5, like that multiplication here we are doing, and incrementation, and here the condition checking. So every time it is going to check the condition like 2, 3, 4, 5 is less than 10 or not, till 10 less than equal to 10 it goes on, and finally when it goes for the 11, no, the condition is failed and it comes out of the loop. So just save this program and run. So here you can see 5 into 1 equal to 5, 10, 15, 20 till 50. Okay, so in this way you can print a multiplication table of a given number. Now one more program I'll show. Do while factorial of a given number I want to show. So when you go for factorial of a number, suppose I want to find out the factorial of a given number called 5. So the logic here is 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Okay, so that gives the factorial of the given number, right? So how to do that, we'll see with the do while. So here I will take integer I equal to 1, then int fact equal to 1, then int number equal to 5. That is 5 factorial I want. Then do block. In the do block I'm going to write like fact equal to fact into I and I plus plus. Then in the while condition, while I less than equal to 5 or number, because already I mentioned number. Okay, so here we have taken the iteration variable called I equal to 1, then fact initial value is 1, then number, that is which number you want factorial 5, so I will initialize to one variable called number. Now here fact equal to fact into I. Now the fact value is 1 for the first time, into I is also 1, so 1 into 1 you get 1, 1 into 1 you get 1, then I plus plus, I becomes 2, I becomes 2, then 2 less than equal to 5 the condition, then again fact into I. So fact was 1, 1 into 2, then I plus plus it becomes 3, 3 less than 5, again 2 into 3 now. Fact was earlier 2, right? Now I value is 3, 2 into 3 6. So like that it will go on 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5. Okay, and you get 120 as an answer. So we'll see the output here. File save. And we have not put a println statement. Outside the while loop, we need to print a statement. The factorial of number is, the final answer is fact. Save and run. So here you can see the output. Factorial of 5 is 120. Okay, so in this way, you can work out with the do while applications. And I hope I have given some input on the do while statement, how to work out with. And if you like this particular tutorial, you just share with your friends and also do subscribe for my channel. And if you have any other topics where I can do some videos, please let me know in comments so that I can just work out on that and I can create some videos which are required for you. Thank you.